Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss about module number 2, that is overcurrent protection. Here we are going to discuss about that overcurrent protective schemes. So overcurrent protective schemes are widely used for the protection of distribution lines, especially where the distribution line is sectionalized and two or more overcurrent relays may be used to protect from the overcurrents. The below figure shown here, it is a time graded overcurrent protection of a feeder. Here three circuit breakers are there in the three sections, section A, section B and section C. It is represented with a cross mark at here. The time taken to clear the fault of, if the fault located in beyond C, it takes 0.5 seconds. The time taken to clear the fault, if the fault is beyond B, it takes 1 second. The time taken to clear the fault beyond section A, it takes 1.5 seconds. So therefore it is a time graded overcurrent protection of a feeder. If a fault occurs beyond C, the circuit breaker at substation should trip and the circuit breakers A and B not to trip as far the normal operation is concerned. If the relay at C fails to operate, then the circuit breaker B should trip as backup operation. And similarly, if a fault occurs between B and C, the circuit breaker at B should trip, the circuit breaker at A should not trip. But in the case of failure of breaker B, then circuit breaker A should trip. Thus, it can be seen that relays must be selective with each other. For proper selectivity of the relays, there are the following schemes which can be employed depending upon the system conditions. The first system is called as time graded system, and the second one is called as current graded system, and third system is called as a combination of time and current grading system. Let us discuss about the time graded system. In this time graded system, definite time overcurrent relays are used. It starts with a timing unit which trips the circuit breaker after a preset time, that means predetermined time interval, which is independent of the fault current because it operates based upon the time, not should be depends upon the magnitude of the current. Therefore, the operating time of the relays is adjusted in an increasing order from the far end of the feeder, which is shown in this figure. If you see this figure, you can understand very clear how the time it will take from section C to section B, section B to section A. It will increases 0.5 seconds from one section to another section. Usually, the difference in the time setting between two adjacent relays, it should be kept as 0.5 seconds. The difference is to cover the operating time of the circuit breaker and errors in the relay and circuit and the current transformer. With the fast circuit breakers and modern accurate relays, it may be possible to reduce this time further instead of 0.5 seconds to 0.4 seconds or 0.3 seconds. When a fault occurs beyond C, all relays come into action as the fault current flows through all of them. The least time setting is for relay place at C is it operates just 0.5 seconds. If relay at section C is failed, then another relays B and A, it will take another 0.5 seconds of time as to operate. The drawback of this scheme is that for faults near the power source, that is, the operating time is more. That means if it is fault near to the source, means its operating time is around 1.5 seconds. If a fault occurs near the power source, it involves a large current which is flowing through the system and the generator may get damaged. In order to overcome this kind of difficulty, the generator or the source is connected with the source impedance. The source impedance having that capability to block the currents, to block that fault currents. So this is true for a system in which the source impedance ZS is more than the impedance of the protected section Z1. Therefore, if the neutral of the system is grounded through a resistance or an impedance of ZS, it is high and ZS divided by ZS plus Z1 is not sufficiently lower than the unity. In this situation, the advantage of inverse time characteristics can be obtained so that definite relays can be employed which are cheaper than IDMT relays. Definite time relays are popular in Central Europe because it works on based upon the time delay. Sometimes a slow breakdown of insulation due to minor arc may take place in a transformer, resulting in the generation of heat and also decomposition of the transformer oil, which break down that insulation strength. And such a conditions, the gas is collected at the Buchholz relay. The Buchholz relay operates an alarm which gives an early warning of incipient faults. The transformer is taken out of service for repair before the incipient fault grows into a serious one. Thus, the occurrence of major fault is prevented if the gas evolves rapidly. Then Buchholz relay trips the circuit breaker instantly. The cost of protective equipment generally works out to be about 5% of the total cost of the system. Next system is called as current graded system. In case of a current graded system, the relays has been functioned based upon the preset value and pickup current, which is progressively at higher values of current towards the source. The relays employed in this scheme are high speed instantaneous overcurrent relays. This high speed high set overcurrent relays operating time is kept the same from section C to section B, section B to section A for all the relays used to protect different sections of the feeder, which is shown in figure 5.6. In this section, from section C to section B to section A, generally the current setting for a relay corresponds to the fault current level for the feeder section, which is to be protected at. Ideally, the relay at B should trip for faults anywhere between B and C, but it should not operate for faults beyond C. Similarly, the relay at A should trip for faults between A and B, but the relay at C should be trip for faults beyond C. This ideal operation is not achieved due to the following reasons. Because the relay at A is not able to differentiate between the faults very close to B, which is maybe either side of B or only at side of B. If the fault in the section BC is very close to the station B, the relay at A understands it is in section AB. This happens due to the fact that there is a little difference in fault currents if a fault occurs at the end of section AB or in the beginning of section BC. To overcome this kind of overlapping, so the magnitude of the fault current cannot be accurately determined as all the circuit parameters may not be known. During a fault, there is a transition condition. Sometimes fault may be also considered as due to that transients, which are dies out after short time interval. So to obtain that proper operation, the relay is set to protect only at a part of feeder, usually about 80%. Since this scheme cannot protect the entire feeder, the system is not used alone. It may be used in conjunction with along with the IDMT relays as shown in this figure. For suppose if you see from section C to section B to section A, the time at y-axis, the operating time at y-axis is always same, but the magnitude of the current, how it deals, it is increases when the relay A will operate. It deals with high amount of fault current compared to relay B and compared to relay C. That we can understood from this figure very clear. Therefore, this figure shows that combined instantaneous and IDMT protection where the time characteristics are same. The location of the fault is beyond C or beyond B or beyond A or in between AB or BC or beyond C. But the amount of fault current which deals that circuit breaker which located at B and A is more than that C. Therefore, the performance of instantaneous relays is affected by the DC component of transients. Sometimes due to DC currents also we can came to know that we can conclude it's a fault. So in order to avoid that kind of errors, the error introduced in the DC offset component causes that relay to overreach. Therefore, X/R ratio for the transformer should be greater. Therefore, the DC filter which is used to overcome this problem. In USA, an instantaneous relay employing induction cup type construction is majorly we use, and it is very sensitive to the DC offset component. A less expensive solution is to employ a relay which is shown in the figure. Therefore, if the fault lies near to that generator, even though the fault current which is greater than that 90%, automatically this relay has the capability at relay A which deals with high amount of current, which can sense that high amount of current and conclude that it's a fault. For such a system, the source impedance is smaller than the line impedance like Z1. Therefore, the advantage of this system is as compared to the crime graded system, the operating time is less near to the power source. Therefore, here we can easily overcome the difficulties, especially which are facing with respect to the time and with respect to the current. Instead of time characteristics, current characteristics gives solution individually whether the fault lies beyond C section or in between B and C section or in between A and B. By this here, the combined instantaneous and IDMT protection gives that better controllability and which deals with the high amount of current, and most of the cases the faults, around 80% of the faults has been cleared. Okay, na? When the fault comes for the section A to B. Thank you.